Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. I'm here to answer a viewer's question this time. It involves the singles take-apart screw systems on the Penn Jigmaster and many of the other Penn brands. For example, the Silver Beach, the Surfmaster series, and others. Squidder, for example. And the question is, how do I remove a stuck, now we're going to pretend this is stuck because it's not, but typically you would take off a side plate by pulling this screw out, holding tension on it, and turning it, right? Well, what happens when that side plate gets stuck, and why does it get stuck? So the first reason why it gets stuck is that they're usually done in a saltwater environment, and the reel tends to clog in all of these channels with salt. And when salt gets in there, it kind of acts like a glue or an abrasive, and that will cause the side plate to stick in there. And a lot of times, it's just hard to do, right? Most of the time you'll do that and you'll apply your back pressure on this. Sometimes you just can't break it free. You just don't have the leverage. So I'll show you a little trick that I've learned with that. Sometimes also the anti-reverse dog is shot. So you go to put the lever on this, you can't leverage it because the handle will just turn backwards, right? So let's show you a simple way to do that. And it's going to start, interestingly enough, on the other side. We're going to remove this side plate. This side plate is connected with 6 screws. I like to put them out on my table just so I can check to make sure they're in the proper position. Now there's 4 screws that are long. Those long screws go into the side bars. And there's 2 screws that are short. Those shorter screws go into the reel seat. So you want to pay attention to that when you go to reinstall so that you make certain that you have them in the right position when you go to put the reel back together again. So while I'm taking these out, I want to take a moment to thank our first responders, our essential personnel, our first responders, law enforcement, fire, EMT, first aid, and everybody else in the medical fields or the supply chains that is doing an outstanding job every day of trying to keep us safe during this pandemic. Many of you know we're in New Jersey, and New Jersey is experiencing yet another high rate of infection, third wave now, I guess. And I would just ask all of you to thank the first responders and that for what they're doing to keep us safe and out of harm's way. All right, I've taken the 6 screws out. I've removed the side plate. I've removed the spool. And then I put the side plate back on. Curious. I'll stick around. So if you like these kinds of things, I ask you to subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe, please hit the notification button. That notification button will let you know when I'm posting. And will give you a chance to choose the videos that you'd like to see. I work on all kinds of fishing reels. I work on freshwater and saltwater, and everything from these, which are ocean-going reels, to spinning reels, bait casting reels. Pretty much if it's been made old or new, I work on them. Just the notion behind Second Chance is just that. Give these reels a second chance to go fishing again. And a lot of times we'll find that the reels that I'm working on may have belonged to somebody's father or grandfather, and it's time to pass it down to the next generation. And folks contact me because it's kind of hard to find somebody who's working on reels that are 30 years old. But when you do find one, you know, they want to restore that treasure and they want to take it fishing again, and I am absolutely delighted to hear that. Almost all of us that are fishing have learned fishing from a family member or friend at some point in our lives. And in order to keep fishing vibrant and keep the industry afloat, if you will, we need to pass that on to the future generations. Okay, well, I lost one screw here. I'm just going to bend down and get it. It had fallen to my floor when I was trying to do that, so let's just take a moment to do that. Okay. So what we've done here is we've taken out the spool. Kind of curious when the issue has been on the other side plate. But we'll show you why in just a second here. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is get a penetrating oil. Get something like a WD-40 or in this case Power Lube or Liquid Wrench or whatever. And again, remember, we have salt buildup in here. Most of the time salt, dirt, or something else is affecting that. Well, you just want to give it a real good, healthy coating along the rim. Let it sit in there. And again, this is kind of pretend because we know this one's going to come off. And also do the same thing from underneath here. So you can see that you can access the channel where that rim is going to seat here along that line. So make sure that when you're doing the outside, do the inside as well. And then go get a cup of coffee. That's the kind of the best thing to do in that situation. Just walk away from it and let the oils do itself. Okay, well, we're not done because of taking that spool out. There's one more thing you want to do now. So all right, we've come back from our coffee break, or tea, wherever you're from. And you want to get a long-bladed screwdriver, get a long wrench, get a file, get something that can span these two bars. And what you want to do is you want to put that under like this. I think I got it right. Probably got it wrong. Probably got it backwards. All right, so what you want to do is this becomes your lever point then. I'm going to do it with a screwdriver. And I'm thinking it's going to go this way. So you want to balance your screwdriver, one on top of the bar, one below. That's going to give you extra leverage to push as you pull on the other side. And this one just fell out because of all of the stuff we had going there. But hold that tight. And actually, you know, the longer the lever, this is probably the best example yet, the hammer handle, right? Get it in like that, pull your screw, and then just turn back, pulling up on the one, pushing down on the other, and that will help to free your side plate and pull it right out. So if this is the problem that you're having, I hope that it's been helpful. I've found that it's worked on more than one occasion. That's why I'm sharing this tip with you. This one works particularly well when you do not have that anti-reverse, right? Because normally you're going to back off on this as the levering to the screw. If you don't have that, then what you're doing is you're providing the lever with this. You can hold tight on this side, and you can actually lever up with this if you don't have that handle. So to the viewer that asked that question, I hope that's been helpful. To those of you that are watching, I hope you've enjoyed. Again, please subscribe to my channel. It's one of those things that keeps it vibrant, and it's one of those channels where I try to pass along what I've learned so that those of you that are coming up, looking to restore your reels, get them out fishing again, can use practical examples of how to do that in order to help you complete your projects. So this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day, keep fishing, and keep watching.